Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Quintari Shakir, and you're watching the Secret Service's Celebrity Psychic Readings. I'm going to be doing a reading on Emily B and Fabolous to figure out what's been going on in their relationship. I'm going to be doing the reading from the perspective of Fabolous, and I'll also be trying to figure out a little bit about Emily, but mostly trying to figure out what Fabolous has going on. So let's do a reading to see what is going on with Fabolous's spiritual vibration. Okay, foundation of Fabulous's reading is speaking about in his life there is a karmic imbalance from a chaotic event. There's a feeling of revenge that's driving him over a cliff. So that is the domestic violence accusations. No, the domestic violence incident, my bad. His challenge or obstacle is that he needs to be patient with something. He needs to accept delays right now because if he doesn't, it's going to bring about suffering, troubles, and annoyances, emotional distress for him. I also see where he's trying to support himself is through some form of backbreaking labor. There's also a health condition that he could be experiencing that needs to be cured with medicine or herbs. Above him, I'm seeing serious interpersonal problems. There's a hex or attack over his life. There are the open gates of hell over his life. I'm also seeing the damnation of enemies. So Fabolous. This particular card always talks about someone who has ill will against you or ill will towards you. But in this particular situation, it's him. This is his ill will coming back on him because it's his karma. So I'll relate it to you this way. Right now, he's going to have to be patient and restrain himself. Use temperance and diligence in order to be successful in at least defending himself against these accusations. Patience is going to be the only thing that he can do. He needs to remain silent, not saying anything, be patient, and let this situation play out as it needs to play out. Okay? Because I'm seeing that if he doesn't, he's gonna experience a lot of backbreaking labor. So what this means is that if he does not go to jail, because if he does go to jail, that's already in itself backbreaking labor spiritually, because he has to do a lot of inner work in order to fix his problems so that he doesn't end up in this situation again. It could also mean that if these accusations are true, which we will find out if they're true or not, it also means that if these accusations are true, he's going to have to do backbreaking labor to rebuild his career, because he's going to lose a lot. He has serious interpersonal problems in his relationship, and this relationship is like a hex over his life. This relationship warps his reality. And there's also, he has some health issues where he needs medicine. But there's nothing that he can do. The candle energy work that I'm suggesting to him is not going to reverse anything. It's not going to, the karma has to play out. It's the law of correspondence. Whatever you put out will come right back to you. The boomerang effect. So there's nothing that he can do through this situation. The cards are implicating that, he has been abusive to her before. Now the light is being shown on it. And the spirits want to make, him an honest man. That's what I'm hearing. But let's look further into this. So we're going to look at what happened. What happened? I want to look at the entire situation from this weekend, I guess, or a few days prior to her calling the police. We want to see how the story plays out. Okay, let me move these cards. Please book a reading at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to do one more shuffle. Please subscribe to my video. Share this video with someone. Okay. Alright, get into the nitty gritty. Just to figure out, like, what's been going on in this relationship situation. Let's see how the story played out. So we're looking at 3 days prior to. So we're looking at the day, day 1, day 2, and day 3 is going to be the situation. This is the situation. This is how I'm reading it. So follow along. And then this is going to be a word of advice to Fabolous. Okay. Emily was working on a creative project. Her creative project deals with clothing, makeup, beauty, but it is a creative project that bolsters the beauty of the outer body in some way. So it could be purses, handbags, or any of that. She's been working on a business. And there is another woman in a relationship. Now, there's a 3-way situation with Emily and another woman. This woman is attached to Fabolous. She's not in a position of power, meaning that she doesn't have much influence over him. But I'm saying that she's wanting to keep herself discreet. She is very, very sexual, and she may have either had a miscarriage or an abortion by Fabolous. May have had a miscarriage or an abortion, but there is a woman that is present in this relationship situation. I'm saying Fabolous walking away, I'm seeing Fabolous walking away from from an argument with this particular woman, feeling sort of defeated. Meanwhile, Emily is here, not so much oblivious. She is aware of what's going on in her relationship. And she's kind of used to it. That's what they're telling me. But I'm seeing him walking away feeling as though he's lost something, but not something that was too valuable to him. Day 2, I'm seeing Fabolous experiencing a lot of the pleasures of life. So maybe the day he went shopping with Emily, or he went shopping with Emily, or he invested some money into her business. They were cooperating with each other for the most part on that particular day. But there's another man in this relationship situation. So Emily has a guy that's on the side. This guy made himself known to Fabolous in some way. And I think that Fabolous felt threatened in the relationship because this guy is he's very attractive. He's a very attractive guy. He's established. He's a warrior, and he is a sort of warrior. He's a healthy warrior, a healthy spiritual warrior. So what I'm saying is he's an alpha male, but he's not really patriarchal. He's rather easygoing, a little bit softer. I'm seeing Fabolous over here being a lot more hard, much less emotional, hard in terms of he's very stern about how he wants things. He puts Emily in uncomfortable positions, but this guy, they have a more natural connection, and Fabolous felt threatened by that. And then the day of, things came to a head. Things came to a head. He said this situation has to change. It has to go. I don't like it. This is not acceptable. You're a whore. How dare you do that? How dare you do that to me in our marriage? That's different. What you're doing is different. And I'm seeing this sexual relationship between. There's a sexual relationship between Fabolous and Emily. Emily and her guy. He wants it to end, and he feels threatened because Emily is more sexually attracted to this man. The truth came out, and I think that she may have said that to him, and it upset him, and that was a change. That's what she wanted to let him know, that she wanted to let him know in a solid and clear way that this guy satisfies her. a lot more than Fabolous does. And the end of it is terror, complete terror. He lashed out, attacked her. He did. It is true. I see her fleeing. I'm seeing other people involved. I'm seeing her at some point feeling as though she's going to go unconscious. So yes, these accusations are true according to the cards. Fabolous, it's time for you to leave the relationship and let it go. It's over. Let it go. It is done. Emily is stigmatized. That's the best way I can say it. There's a song by Kaya called Stigmatized. Go look it up. Anyway, Emily is sexually she's attached to this relationship by way of sex. So Fabolous, may be well endowed. Fabolous may be very acrobatic. Fabolous may be, fulfill all the desires that Emily has in the bedroom, because I'm seeing her as a very sensual woman. She enjoys sex, and Fabolous, you need to first stop having sex with her, and it's time to leave the relationship alone altogether. Okay, so when it comes to this medically related, the herbs and what I talked about in the beginning with the spiritual cards, I think it's time for you all to discontinue this 4-way relationship, because there are 4 people involved with each other, cooperating with each other, having sex with each other, creating terror for one another. Sex, sex, sex. It all needs to change. Fabolous feels completely defeated. No matter how you read the cards with this particular situation, Fabolous, it's time to go. You need to leave and let it go. Divorce does need to happen, because you're not ready for the relationship anymore. Okay? Divorce needs to happen, because she's not. If this, I don't know if she would have left if this did not become so public. What's going to happen to Fabolous? That's an important question. What is going to happen to Fabolous?
Greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Spectrum. Here's a word from our sponsors.
Allure the crowd with intensely moisturized skin using Melanine's unique Shea Butter Blend. It contains a mixture of all natural oils and addictive fragrances. Hand-whipped organic shea butter imparted with luscious ingredients, Melanine can brighten dull skin with its specially made hydration formula. Shop melanine.com and enjoy free shipping on orders of $50 or more. Does your technological device need restoration? Let us do the diagnosis for you. Is your computer running slow? Let us do the hard work for you. Not sure how to fix your tech device? We can fix it for you. LightSwitch Technical Solutions offers a wide range of information technology solutions, from hardware and software installation to data recovery and virus removal. For more information about computer and device repair, please visit www.lightswitchllc.com.
I'm seeing him getting arrested. He will be arrested. And I'm saying that he may not be arrested for long. He's going to give statements that at the core are completely deceptive. But there's going to be a hint of truth where he's going to admit to some of the things. So he may say that, they were there. He may admit to saying, she rushed me and I tried to get her off of me. She fell and she knocked her teeth out. That's how that happened, and she got this bruise, so on and so forth. So he may say, I admit to, pushing her, or I admit to, trying to get her off of me. we were arguing about XYZ. I do see that that transpiring and him using legal loopholes to, kind of escape public scrutiny. But most people won't believe this. Okay. I'm also seeing him moving out of the home or her moving out of the home. He wants her to move out of the home. The judge will order that they be separated or that a restraining order be put against him, and more is going to come out about Fabolous because of that. I'm seeing Fabolous trying to use his intuition to move through this court case gracefully, but it's not going to work because there will be witness statements against him, and I'm also seeing another issue where Emily is going to walk away from this situation from him altogether. One of the consequences of that legally is that she is going to be asking for money so that she can continue starting her business, so that will create more problems for him. Fabolous is going to need to do some spell work or spiritual work, because I'm seeing that this breakup or separation between the two is going to cause him a lot of emotional strife and stress, to the point where he will go into a depression. At the very least, it will be a mild depression. I'm seeing him dealing with this woman again to try to get over the relationship. This woman will stick around, will stay around. Her identity may not come to light. I'm seeing him still trying to move forward with romance and dating, trying to save face. He's incredibly emotional, and he's greedy as well. He wants his world to stay the same, and he tried to balance all things, and now everything is out of balance. I'm seeing Fabolous being able to teach people lessons through his experience. I'm seeing him being on the defense, but I'm seeing him being on the defense with people. So perhaps he may, if he doesn't spend time in jail, he may be having to come clean about some things and say to the public, this is what I did, it's not right, and I hope that you all learn from my experiences. How will the legal system handle this? The judge is going to be on the offense with this. The judge is how do I say this? The judge is going to be prejudiced against Fabolous. In addition to that, the judge is going to be the judge is prejudiced against Fabolous. The judge is going to find all sorts of ways to get Fabolous to admit to the wrongdoing in some way, because the evidence shows too much. But at the same time, Fabolous is going to have good legal representation. I see Fabolous narrowly escaping some of the judge's wrath. Or if this is not the judges, these are the prosecutors. So I'm just saying, let's say this is the judge. Okay, let me clear this up. This is the judge. The judge is prejudiced towards Fabolous. I see the prosecutors trying to tack on charges adding additional charges to this particular incident, but Fabolous is going to escape them. And I see things being upside down for Fabolous, so he's not going to come out of this completely unharmed. So his feet being burned means that he's always going to, no matter where he goes, people are going to remember. They're going to remember what he did. It is going to stain his life. Having black soot on his foot, people will always know where he's going. So he may be put on probation, or he may have a tracking device put on him. But the thing is, those sins are the soot. So people will always know from where you started. Your new life started from this domestic violence incident. So he's going to be burned by this. This is going to stain his reputation. It is going to hurt him. But I do see him moving forward. I do see him moving forward in his life without having to serve jail time. I'm seeing Emily. I'm seeing Emily going public with this, being extremely emotional. She's very. She's becoming more intuitive, and she intuitively knows now that this can't go on any longer, and she's not going to reveal everything about Fabolous and her history. She might talk about one or two, violent incidents or things that are memorable for her, but I see Fabolous having to defend himself in all directions while she's going public, and her lawyer is having her do this so that they can secure their own legal victory. But Fabolous's lawyer is not going down without a fight, and Fabolous, as I said before, Fabolous is going to, whatever Emily says. Emily, be careful what you say publicly about this incident, and be careful of the facts that you tell about this, because it can be used to discredit you. They can mince your words and discredit you. But I see Emily Emily and her lawyer trying to manipulate the court of public opinion. But Fabolous's lawyers will be prepared. They'll be prepared to release their own statements as well. Okay. All right. So I guess one last question is, with Fabolous and Emily, what does Emily want from Fabolous? 2 cards fell out. Emily wants to be left alone, and she wants her money. She wants to be left alone, and she wants money. In Emily, I want to say, she wants money, she wants fame, and she's going to, Emily, be very careful in trying to capitalize off of this opportunity. I can see her possibly taking up a reality TV deal, or trying to, in some way, use this incident to draw attention to her business acumen or her businesses. But this incident is going to stain her reputation, and I see her wanting to just move and get away from it. And she's asking for help out of the situation. She doesn't know how to leave it. But what does she want? There's a disease, sexually transmitted disease, that she's affected by. She wants her business to grow. And she wants to revitalize her passion for her business. I'm seeing a lot of infidelity in this particular relationship, and the truth coming to light, and disease. Disease by way of sex. Okay, all right, so with all that said, that's been my reading for Emily and Fabolous. Please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com and purchase a private psychic reading. Please subscribe to my videos. Please share my videos to your Facebook, share them to your Instagram, your Twitter, to other YouTubers. In addition to that, you can purchase a private reading from me at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. I'm going to keep plugging my business, www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. And I would also like for you all to comment. Please leave me comments, whether positive or negative. I like to hear your feedback. And I also really, really, really want to know what celebrities I should read for in the future. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.
I just wanna fly away. First class out of space.